Hello everyone, I am going to be doing a quick little video because I have a phone call from Comcast to go over. I did edit the audio specifically just to remove the silences from when they had to put me on hold for stuff. So there's a 2-minute 8-second, 4-minute 16, just a 16-second, just all this. Then there are 3 spots I silenced. So one was a ticket number. One was my address, and one was the employee's name. Don't need to get him into any trouble if he would get into trouble for any of this. He seemed to do okay, other than the number of times he had me try to get the app or whatever, told me to get the app. Go over that. But basically, back on October 23rd, I ended up contacting Comcast about an email I got where they said they're going to be removing the admin tool. So the admin tool is actually this thing here. This used to be a login screen, so you could actually connect to the gateway that you get through stuff. So for those who don't know what a gateway is a modem combined with a router. So just think of it as a modem. It's technically a gateway, but whatever. So you used to be able to get into your gateway with this 10.0.0.1 address, and this is what they call the admin tool. In here, you were able to do port forwarding. You were able to check and manage connections to the gateway. You were able to troubleshoot the gateway, so you could restart just the Wi-Fi module. You could restart the entire gateway without going and unplugging it. You can do a lot of stuff, but this is no longer available. This was available up until apparently in November, but they removed access to it. And the email said, yeah, they're going to be removing access to it. And when I contacted them in chat, they said this stuff here, these 3 lines. So at the end, eventually, when I got through, it took a long time, at the end of the conversation it said, and admin tools are an alternative option to manage the Wi-Fi services, so we cannot remove the admin tool. They specifically said they can't remove it, but they did remove it. Sort of. After that, they said, please be assured that I have raised a ticket, and I hid the ticket number here. I do have the full ticket number. I also silenced it in the audio. So please be assured that I have raised a ticket number hidden for the email correction. Within 3 to 4 hours, the team will draft the email and send the updated and correct email with clarity. Now, they said this because they claimed that the email was wrong, that they weren't going to be removing access to the admin tool, but they just lied to me, and they never sent this email. The email itself that I got was actually correct. So the person on the chat was wrong, or they knew they were wrong and they deliberately hid the fact that they were lying or whatever. Like they deliberately hid the fact that the email was correct. And I only recently noticed this because I had to connect to my mom's computer in order to help her figure out some stuff. So go over that in a sec. So after this message, they said, as I mentioned above, please be rest assured that you will not face any issues, and I am confirming that the admin tool will not turn off. So the issue my mom had, it was just today. She recently had work done in the area, apparently. They were upgrading stuff. And the same thing ended up happening to me a few months ago or so. I don't remember exactly when it was, but I figured out how to get through it. So I was like, okay, well, I resolved the problem on my own back when it happened with me. We'll deal with it with her. And I knew it was the exact same thing, so I know what to do. So what was happening to her was that her phones, like none of their phones, like my mom's phone, my stepdad's phone, and both of my niece's phones, apparently none of them are able to connect to Wi-Fi after the upgrade, the work that was done in the area. And apparently, I guess some sites through Ethernet, because her computer runs through Ethernet. Apparently some sites also weren't working. So one of those sites that I knew for sure wasn't working was Comcast's login itself. So you could get to the Comcast site for Xfinity, but when clicking to log in, it would be an endless load. And after several minutes, it would finally say, "We can't load the page." So we couldn't actually log in. So they weren't getting full traffic for internet, even through Ethernet. So I did go through checking all this. And I tried getting to her account to see if I could find maybe some way to reset the gateway from there. I knew there wasn't. It wasn't there. I checked my own account as well, and I just spoke with Comcast about some stuff back on the 28th of last month, so January 28th. And I know there's no device manager in the account on their site anymore. They put everything into that app. You can't see what devices are active on the gateway from your account. You can't see what devices you have really sort of one area, but you can't manage them on the site anymore. You can only see what you have that you're paying for in your package, your internet package. That's it. That's the only area you can see a list. And you can't do anything with it there. So I knew there wasn't a way after looking around, and just was like, okay, well, what the hell? So I had to guide her through unplugging the gateway and figuring out how to get things done that way. Otherwise, she would have had to drive me over there because I'm on disability. So I connected to her system remotely in order to deal with stuff, and just wasn't really able to because I wasn't able to log into her gateway because it brings up this page here. So I wasn't really able to do anything because the other issue, like her phone also, like none of their phones, they couldn't connect to Wi-Fi at all. So the solution, the fix for that I was going to do was just be like, okay, log into the gateway, tell her to disconnect and make her phones forget the Wi-Fi login information. Then I was going to just set the gateway through a restart, then have her re-log in. Because that's what fixed it for me when I had that same issue. It was just, okay, set it through a restart, forget the login information, re-enter the password and everything, and reconnect. Fixed it. So I had to do a longer process of having her figure out how to unplug the gateway, wait a while, plug it back in, wait for it to start back up, keep talking to me the whole time as we're going through this process, and deal with it. So because of that, I called Comcast today. So I only started recording the call 16 minutes in. So most of that, like maybe 14 or 13 minutes, possibly closer to 14 or 15. So between 13 and 15, I'll just say that. Something between 13 and 15 minutes was just the bot, that garbage call bot for the menu navigation Comcast has to try and tell customers basically to fuck off and basically make them hang up and not bother trying to get in contact with them. They make it really difficult to actually speak to a person, really difficult to really have anything done. And even back on the 28th when I called them, I had to call 4 times because the first 3 times when I was trying to get to a human, trying to figure out the issues I was dealing with then, which ended up later leading into me also needing to change my internet package for unrelated reasons. Because that's something else I was calling for. Not a big deal. I'm not explaining that right now. So what I needed to call for then was, or what happened when I called, I mean, those first 3 times was the call bot hung up on me each of those 3 times. It was only the 4th time where I finally got in contact with a person. So they deliberately try to keep you off the phone. So just 16 minutes in, the only thing that was actually lost from that conversation was me confirming my identity and explaining what the problem was. So the audio I'm going to be playing here starts right after that. When I get to the point, there's some spots here I have notes for. But mostly that's just all we need to go over before we start the audio. So let's go ahead and play this. So I did add some compression just to make it louder, and I did remove the silence spots so you can see the whole track here. If I just Control Z, whoops, all this, you can see it's just a bunch of silence removed. So redo all that, bring it back to where it was, and zoom in. And let's go ahead and just listen. It's obviously a long call. The call was over an hour long. I trimmed the audio down, but it's a very bad sign of where Comcast and Xfinity, so their internet, where they're going as a company and in general, and it's a very big potential issue in the future. So let's just you'll hear.
On your end, okay? So I will be going to check everything here on my end to make sure that everything here has been processed, as you mentioned earlier. So let me go ahead and check that one first, the CR ticket that you have provided to me. And then I will be also reviewing the notes here for the past agents that you have been talked to on what they have done here on your account, okay?
Okay.
And
well, it was
based on
October
that,
23.
let me... Oh, yeah. And for that while, let me also, if I can check everything here, let me try if I can restore the admin tool on your end, okay?
It needs to be for everyone, not just me. Because I couldn't
Yes, yes.
access my mom's either. Because I do the tech
Okay.
support for her computers.
Oh, I see. So because you are on long distance home, correct? So you need to do it
Yeah, we live in different
outside of
cities.
her area.
Yeah, we live in different cities,
So I
so I
understand.
had to connect to her computer with mine over internet in order to help correct her issue. And it would have only taken 5 minutes to
Yeah.
fix it, and instead she had to waste 30 minutes of her day trying to figure stuff out when she doesn't know what to do with any of that. And I had to try and carefully walk her through. And just a little note, the way I connected was just using the free version of TeamViewer, because TeamViewer has a free version for people who aren't businesses and stuff, and then the paid version for businesses. So that's just what I used. I've used it several times in the past, and whenever I have to give her help on her computer, and I've had to give her help quite a bit since I built her system. So I just put that on there just because we are living in different cities now. I think we're 14 miles away or something. I don't remember. Something around that. I don't remember for sure, but we're a decent distance away. My only means of transportation is my recumbent trike because disability and the type of disabilities I have wouldn't be good for me to be driving anyways. So unless I got a ride from someone, I wouldn't be able to get over to help her in person. So TeamViewer connecting to her computer is just the best and most efficient way for me to help her when she needs help with something. And it almost got to a point where she almost had to have me go over there to help her, which would have been an even bigger waste of time.
Yeah, I totally understand that one. For this one, Sean, let me go ahead and check everything, and then I will be going to update you whatever they have reply on that request, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So stay on the line for this one, Sean. I will be going ahead and check everything here on your end, and then I will be informing you on what I see, okay?
Okay.
So stay on the line, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And he'll do that a few times. Every one of the silence parts here that are cut, he'll say, "I'll be right back," and you put cut whatever. That's where the cuts are. So it'll seem like he comes back really fast, but it's because I cut out a bunch. So this first one, it was actually 2 minutes 8 seconds of waiting in silence before he said anything, even though it's gonna just seem like it's a few seconds.
Hello, Sean.
Yeah.
Okay, Sean, you didn't mind me asking, when did they issue this CR ticket? What date?
That was October 23rd, 2025.
October 23rd.
Yeah.
And for this one, can let me repeat the ticket if I captured it correctly. So the number is
And this is where I cut out the ticket number or silenced it, whatever.
correct.
Yeah. And
Oh.
I told him the ticket number in the introduction, the problem explanation before I started recording, which is how he actually had it. And he did correctly restate the ticket number for me.
Okay. And this would be on October 23rd, correct?
Yeah.
2025.
Yeah.
Okay, and for this one, Sean, to make sure that I'm working on a correct account, this would be under
Yes.
correct?
And at that point, he was given my personal information, so my name and stuff, name, address, all that.
Okay, so this account, they have created the ticket.
Say what?
On this account that they have created the ticket, or on your mother's account?
It was on mine.
Because I cannot
Yeah.
locate this
if
ticket that you have provided to me.
If there's no ticket there, then they lied.
Mm-hmm.
And do you guys keep records of chat history on online? Because it was done through the online chat.
Online chat. Okay. Hold on. Let me check if I can trace that back here for the notes of the agent that you have talked to on the past months here. So let me review everything first, okay?
Yeah, it was at the end of the chat when they mentioned these 3 lines I stated, which includes the ticket number. And those 3 lines are just these here. I read them off to him in the beginning part that didn't get recorded in the phone call.
Okay. So let me check that one first if I can trace back here everything, okay?
Okay.
Sir Sean?
Yeah.
Sir, if you don't mind me asking, have you changed your modem on this year or months, sir?
No.
Or in the past months?
No.
It's still the same as you are using back then, correct?
Yes.
When you were using the admin tool?
Yes.
Still the same? Okay.
Yes.
How about on your mother's end, sir?
Hers
Still
is the same as she had as well. She's had the same one for years.
Okay.
And I mentioned this later on. The gateway my mom has is actually the exact same model I had before the one I have now.
Okay. Has it been changed, correct?
That's correct. And I was able to connect to the admin tool on the one I had before, and I was also able to connect to the one my mom has, because I have connected to it on hers before as well. Going to this, the admin tool, the 10.0.0.1 address, all it says is managing your home network settings is now easier than ever. To manage your gateway settings and other features, please download the Xfinity Xfi app, which I'm not going to do, and it won't work, especially when considering the issue I had to help her with was because of some work that was done in the area to upgrade it. It made it so she couldn't even log into her Comcast account. Like, she was able to do some stuff on the internet, but she couldn't log into her account. And you need to be able to access the gateway without an internet connection so you can check stuff in it to see what's going on and actually start troubleshooting stuff before calling you guys up. Because sitting on the phone for an hour or however long it takes is a huge waste of time. And especially if you're someone like me who can actually go in and troubleshoot stuff and get stuff working. Because it was a very simple fix. All I had to have her do was reset the gateway, then log out of her Wi-Fi and have her phones forget the password, then log back in. Because the upgrades just caused some weird little thing. Whatever, it wasn't a big deal. A 5-minute fix. But it had to go through this big hassle because we weren't able to connect to the gateway. And she didn't even know how to unplug the gateway, so she accidentally unplugged the Ethernet first. And this is actually one of those notes I mentioned here. It is possible that she did actually know how to unplug it, and I kind of fucked up what I said there. It's possible that she just misunderstood what I meant when I told her to unplug it. It's possible she thought I meant to unplug the Ethernet cable and not to unplug the power of the gateway. I'm not entirely sure which one it is, but I mean, she at least misunderstood enough that she unplugged Ethernet instead of power. So there's that.
And she sent me a picture. I was like,
Okay.
this? And I was like, no, that's Ethernet. You got to unplug the power. Also, not the coax. That's internet input. So it just took a good deal longer.
Yeah, I totally get you for that one, sir. So let me check on what I can do to restore that admin tool, okay?
Okay.
Because I am checking here also. Yeah, I see the notes, but I don't see the ticket that they created. I see the notes of your conversation here on October 23rd that you have concern about the admin tools.
Yep.
And I don't see any ticket created here, so yeah, let me try
You
if
see
I
the
can.
message where they claim that there was one made, though, right? It's right.
No, no, sir. I don't see any claim that they have.
You don't even see the message of that.
Yeah,
It should be at the very
sir.
end
No,
of the conversation.
Of your conversation.
Yeah,
Okay.
the very
Let
end
me check
is when they gave it.
deeper.
If you're able to use Control F to find, you should be able to just enter it and find it.
Yeah, I can see it that they say that they promise to improve the website or the Xfinity web platform about the concerning of the admin tool, but I don't see any ticket that they have this worked on. So in my case, for this one, sir, let me go ahead and try to assist you regarding to this one, okay?
Okay, then also in that case, then if you guys are somehow able to, or if they were somehow able to delete messages, then there's an issue where they lied to me and deleted the message history of it to hide the fact that they lied.
Yeah. For this one, sir, so there are also.
So he basically, it sounds like he agreed with me there.
Yeah. For this one, sir, so there are also some notes that they were taken down and put this in the account. So yeah, maybe that's the reason also that I cannot see it. So yeah, maybe that's the reason also. So yeah, maybe that's the reason also.
In other words, it's essentially like he's confirming that the online tech support for Comcast, they are able to delete their own message history with customers, which means they could potentially lie to a customer or be abusive to a customer or mislead a customer, then delete that message history and pretend it never happened in order to get away with shit they shouldn't be doing towards that customer. So in this case, that employee in the chat lied to me, deleted the history, and I guess got away with it or something. They shouldn't be able to do that. And apparently no ticket was made, so they lied about that as well. And I didn't believe them then. That's why I saved the transcript of the thing. Although their site was broken, so I couldn't save the full transcript by clicking save transcript. It wasn't actually saving, so I had to copy and paste the whole fucking page manually instead of going up and clicking save transcript. But I still have the whole thing saved, regardless.
Yeah. For this one, sir, so there are also some notes that they were taken down and put this in the account. So yeah, maybe that's the reason also that I cannot see if they have already worked on that ticket. Because if I see it, I can also see the ticket history created on your account. But upon checking here, I tried to using my other tool here to trace that ticket that you have provided to me. There is no trace regarding you took one or any similar this regarding to the admin 2 case here.
which means that they just lied. They said, "Oh, here's a ticket number. It's just some random ass fucking string," and it was never actually made, or they did make it, then they immediately deleted it and were able to somehow hide all traces of it existing, because he said that you could check ticket history as well and see whether or not something was resolved or whatever. But he couldn't find anything about the ticket I gave him. And that was just because of the email. It wasn't specifically for the guy. He gets it mixed up a lot. He kind of goes in circles quite a bit. It's annoying repeating myself. He did okay, but he sort of didn't really fully understand or something, it seemed like, or I don't know. The ticket was supposed to be for sending the corrected email, and I'm pretty sure that's also why, because he was lying about the email being wrong. The email was actually correct, so he said that the corrected email would be sent out in a few hours, and it never was, and that's what that ticket was actually for.
So, and this one, sir, let me try ahead here on my end to check on how we can restore the admin 2 on your end, okay? Since
Okay.
you have mentioned that you have been changed the modems for this one, correct?
That's
You have
correct.
been changed? Because
And
if you
I'm
have
actually certain
changed
it
for
was
this one,
done.
sir, yeah.
I'm certain it was done for
Mm-hmm.
every single customer because of that email that was sent out saying that it was going to be removed. So then just the person in the chat lied,
Okay.
saying that the email was incorrect when the email was correct.
Because for this one, sir, there are specific modems that has been allowed to use the admin tool, and also they are the higher or the newer modem. They cannot do or allow to use the admin tools currently.
So this is wrong, actually. So I have had the current gateway, the new gateway, for I don't remember how long, maybe 2 years, maybe 3, something like that. And it's something between 2 and 3 years, I'm pretty sure. And I was always able to connect to the admin tool with it before these changes they made. And even with the previous gateway, I was always able to connect to the admin tool with it. And I think the previous gateway my mom has had now something around a decade or something. I don't remember for sure, but the whole time I've never been able to not connect until these recent changes. So I was always able to actually connect to the admin tool, and I did several times before because it was just so much easier to go into it, click reset in the troubleshoot in order to have it reset, cycle if there was a connection issue, work was done in the area, whatever fucked it up, instead of going over, unplugging it, waiting it, plugging it back in. It's just so much more convenient. And no, it just doesn't work anymore. Even while still using the same gateways as it was working on before. So they deliberately disabled it even though it was enabled.
So yeah, that is the bad side of the update or the upgrade of the new modem. But since you mentioned that you still using the old modem, I think I can.
And that's a mistake. I'm not using the old one. I'm using the new one. And he does later figure that out. When he checks the account, he sees the correct model that I'm using, and he mentions it.
Can help you with
I'm
that
using
one. I think I can help you with
I'm
that
using
one.
I don't remember what model I'm using. The one I'm using is a white one. My mom's is actually a dark gray,
Yeah.
almost a black one, which is the one that was
Oh.
before what I'm using now. So the one I was using before what I have now is what I got when I moved into my apartment where I'm at here right now, almost
Okay.
6 years ago or something. And that whole time, like, I've always been able to connect to the admin tool the whole time I've been here
Okay.
until this recent issue when I finally noticed that it's no longer available.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me research also on that one, sir. Let me ask also my supports here and also dig deeper with this one to our backend team on asking if when on how was this issue has been remove or occurring, okay, about the admin tool has been you cannot access. So let me go ahead and check everything here on my end, sir, and then I will be holding you for a couple of minutes, and then I will be informing you on what I see here on my end, okay, about the informations regarding with this admin tool, okay? So stay on the line for this one, sir, okay?
All right.
Thank you. Hello, Sir Sean.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. I have here a information about the update of the admin tool, and I have here also the solution on how or when we can access this one.
Okay.
Okay.
From this point forward, if you're someone who drinks,
First,
don't drink whenever he says app, because from this point forward, he starts really trying to push me towards it. He says it a lot. And that same thing happened back on the 28th. The person on the phone then did this same thing. They just kept pushing me, trying to get me to use the app. And it was annoying. I kept saying, I'm not going to. It's a problem.
First, I will be informing you, sir, about the update of the admin tool. With that one, the time that you notice that it's not already been accessed when you try to open the 10.0.0.01, correct?
Yeah. And he added an extra zero there. It's 2 zeros after the 10, not 3 zeros, but whatever. Easy mistake. Yeah.
And for this one, sir, they have updated that one on November 11, 2025. And for that one, sir, they have already merged the admin tool to the Xfinity account, Xfinity app, sir. So for us to access the admin tool, we need to install the Xfinity app, sir, and then
it needs
enable
to have something
the admin tool, sir.
This is also where he starts to have problems understanding part of the issue, as like if you can't actually connect to Wi-Fi, then the app is useless. And she couldn't connect to Wi-Fi, so the app would have been useless. So there's an issue there, but it gets so much worse later on.
It needs to be done without that, because her phones were not able to access internet at all. That was part of the problem. She was not able to get into her account because of the problem. And if someone has no internet connection, and the simple fix is just reset the gateway or change a setting in the gateway, they need to be able to do that without an internet connection. And that means they need to also be able to do that through a wired Ethernet connection.
Okay. How about this one, sir? If your mother forgot her access to the
No.
her
She
Xfinity account,
she didn't forget anything. She didn't forget.
This is also part of his confusion, where he didn't understand why she couldn't get in. But this part does make sense why he wouldn't understand it, because it is weird behavior where it's like, oh, you can't log in, so I guess that means you forgot to log in. No, it just wouldn't load the login. Because her internet was being all fucking weird because they did stuff in the area and whatever. It's just some weird shit going on with the gateway that just required a restart and fix stuff. It was very simple, but yeah, I understand this part of his confusion.
Her connection, the issue with her connection was messed up in such a way that she was unable to log in. And there were some other pages that were not loading right. And her phone stuff wasn't working. It was just because of the work that was done in the area. It was a very simple fix. But it just messed with it in just a really random, weird way. That was it. So, and if there is no available internet connection, you need to be able to get into the gateway without an internet connection. Like, that is the main problem. Like, it's something physical you're near, you're directly connected to it with Ethernet cable. There is no excuse to need an internet connection to change or adjust anything on that device. So it needs to have the address restored. It's not easier. Like, the page is so condescending. It says it's easier than ever. It's not easier than ever. It was easy being able to just go to the address and log in. Having to go through these extra steps of downloading something that you don't want in order to adjust stuff, that's not helpful. And not only that, that makes it less secure.
Yeah, so I understand you, sir, but I don't know why they do that here with that kind of update. Maybe they're trying to merge this one so that you will be using the only one access, not having to. Yeah, I don't know the reason was that, but for that one, sir, that is the only way we can access the admin tool. Now we have to enable or disable the admin tool so that we can use this separately, accessing there on your end to remotely fix your mother's Wi-Fi, sir. So we need to download the Xfinity app.
And this is, again, goes into that issue. He doesn't seem to fully understand what's going on. So you require Wi-Fi in order to use the app to connect to the gateway. But if you can't connect to the Wi-Fi, you can't do that. So it's like, okay, so how do you connect to the gateway in order to fix stuff if you can't connect to the damn Wi-Fi? And it requires the Wi-Fi connection. So require Wi-Fi connection in order to fix the lack of Wi-Fi connection. See the disconnect there? It doesn't work. It's like you need a drink of water, you don't have a cup, so you have to get a drink, or you gotta get something or whatever. Like a bad example, I guess. Stop while in my head. I don't really have a good example for that, but it's like you need something in order to use another, but to use that other, you need that something first. If that makes sense. I'm probably just making it more confusing, but whatever.
I'm not doing that. And people shouldn't have to download an app. That's not an option. If something requires an internet connection to adjust the gateway when there is no internet connection, it makes it useless. It means you cannot do anything to adjust that gateway.
It's kind of like, oh, you have this physical device here, your gateway, you can connect to it. No, you got to go through the internet first to do it. In order to adjust the settings on it. It's kind of like, oh, you have a dishwasher. Well, if you want to actually run your dishwasher, you got to connect to the internet first in order to send it a signal to start. Even though it's here physically in front of you, you should be able to just press a fucking button or turn a goddamn dial in order to start it, right? It's so backwards and just stupid. Like, what the hell, man?
When there's no connection.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And for your mother's part, sir, Sean, we can try to send a technician. If you called us, we can send a technician.
I already found a way to help fix her issue. It took a longer process, but I already got her issue fixed.
Okay, that is good to hear.
And just as a note, sending a technician also not an option either. Like, you go through, if you put up with the fucking bot on the phone, you finally get to someone, maybe take an hour to explain, oh, you need some help or something. It's like, okay, well, we'll send a technician out. Well, it may be up to a week away. Like, okay, so for a week, you're going to have no internet or something. Like, people rely on the internet for a lot of stuff these days. And for something like that, I mean, it's so simple to fix. You wait, even if they got there an hour after the call or something, I mean, they're still talking maybe 2 hours of a wait for something that takes 5 minutes. But worst case scenario, looking at like maybe an hour for the call, then a week for the technician to get there. And it can take several days. I've had to have technicians come out here only for them to lie to me about shit before, and me to be proven right later on. And it does take some days. You have to schedule a specific time and just... It's a pain in the ass. When, again, 5 minutes, log in, click reset, done. And the rest of the 5 minutes, because that's like 30 seconds, the rest of the wait is just wait for the gateway to cycle, to shut down, turn back on, actually get running. It's so much simpler.
Well, yes, sir. As I did mention earlier, there is no other way. As per as I asked my backend team and also my support here, and also try to search using my tools here on how we can do it separately without using the application. They told me that they cannot do it now on this update. So we need to get these Xfinity app to access the admin tool.
No, that's never going to happen. So it needs to be restored. There's no reason, like, if you want to use an app that's less secure in order to connect to something which is redundant, because then it's likely going to require an internet connection, and then if there is something where you can't actually connect to the gateway with Wi-Fi, because like the issue she had today, where she couldn't connect to it with Wi-Fi at all, then if they want to have that garbage around, they need to have the wired connection with the 10.0.0.1 address.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be restored.
How about if... yeah. Yeah, I totally understand with you about this one, sir. I also do that, trying to monitor my tools remotely. So, yeah, I don't know if we can persuade them to get back the old settings from about the admin tool here on my answer. But let me try to thank you for a moment and try to check if we can do it separately with the admin tool, okay? Without using the application or like any activating it on the Xfinity app. Okay, sir?
Okay.
And if not, then we have no other choice but to get the app, sir. But let me try first here on my end, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Hello, Sir Sean.
Yeah.
Okay. For this one, sir, as I mentioned earlier, I have here the notes or the note of the update given to us by the management about the admin tool, and also have you remember, sir, that I mentioned earlier that if you are using the new modem, you can access that one using the only you can only access this one using Xfinity app, correct? And if you are using the old one, you can use it separately, correct?
No. This, again, he got a little confused here. I already explained, like, I'm pretty sure he got asked, too. My mom has the old gateway. I have the new gateway. Neither of them work. It's a customer-wide thing. It's everyone that they removed the 10.1.1, or not 10.1.1, 10.0.0.1 address for the login. It just says to download the Xfinity Xfi app. This used to have a login. It is the same exact identical page on my mom's system when trying to connect to her gateway.
So,
And for this one, sir, I have tried to check the model of your gateway right now. And for this one, sir, I see that your of your modem is the new one. That would be the XB7. And for this one, sir, you can access the admin tool or enable the admin tool using the Xfinity app.
It used to be already enabled before they started shoving that stupid app down everyone's throats.
And
It
the
should have never
only
been disabled to begin
modem,
with, because it was always enabled before.
it hasn't been enabled, sir, but
It
since
was
you
actually
changed
enabled.
your modem,
It was disabled when they brought out that garbage app. Because like I said, I was able to access it for the entire time I was here up until that issue I mentioned from October. That apparently, I guess it was just the month after when they then disabled it.
okay. Because as you can hear that also on your account, I have dig deeper here to check everything, and you have changed your plan error, and also including the gateway on January 28th, 2026. For this one, sir, can you try to install the app, sir? It
No,
won't be bad to
I'm not
try
putting that on my
the
phone.
app, sir.
I'm not putting that on my phone.
The amount of times he tries to push me to install it. Do you see the problem here? Why would they try to push you to install an app that much? I do not understand this unless they are actually using it for data mining. And I mentioned the data mining in here later, but I don't trust it. I should never trust it. I will never trust it because I don't understand why they're putting everything onto it. They're removing stuff from your account access on the desktop site. They're removing your access from the admin tool that you can get to, well, we're able to get to by just connecting to the gateway by logging into it with Ethernet. And they're saying, do everything on this one app that you have to put on your phone. Why? What purpose is that there for? Why are they putting everything into this one thing? Instead of giving people the option of using the other one. Those other options were there. They were available, and they deliberately removed them. For what purpose did they remove them? That does not make any sense.
I do not log in with accounts on my phone. That makes things less secure. And again, like I mentioned, if cannot connect to the gateway with Wi-Fi, then the app is completely useless.
Then I have to actually boost the audio here because I don't know what that was. There's going to be some other spots like this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a quick little compressor. Just hear what that says. Okay, so it sounds like he was just cutting out there. So bad phone connection. There's a later part where it sounds like there's someone else talking in the background. I'll have to boost as well. So we'll adjust stuff as we go and hear more quiet spots like that.
It needs to be something that can be done
Because
with the Ethernet connection on the desktop computer with the address. It needs to be enabled by default. It needs to not be something where you have to download this spying application that's going to data mine you and go and make you search through its garbage interface in order to enable stuff.
And the garbage interface is an assumption. Obviously, I've never used the app, but it's an assumption that's based on the quality of their site. Comcast has the slowest, most unstable site I have ever used. Even like when I was on the call with them on the 28th, one of the issues was trying to check data usage. And that is what then spiraled into the other stuff I was dealing with. And they didn't have a way to check data usage anymore. So I still had a data cap of 1.2 terabytes. And I have actually come pretty damn close to that and could have surpassed it if I wasn't careful and keeping my eye on it before. But they removed the ability to see the data usage and put that all on the app. Since that call, they seem to have restored a link to get to the data usage page. However, when trying to go there, it fails to load, then it automatically logs you out. No matter what you do, you cannot view your data usage on the site. Now, it's not really an issue for me anymore because they seem to have sort of improved in a sense, just like they seem to have sort of improved with the on-phone customer service. Because this person and the previous person on the 28th actually did a decent job. They're not great. They still sort of get a bit confused, but they did a lot fucking better than the other times in the past I've spoken to them on the phone. And, it's just, they also, like, the new package I have, new internet package I have, there's no data cap. And it's not a charge for it either. It was a zero cost. So it was just a free unlimited data cap for once. Whereas before they were like, okay, if you want unlimited data, you have to pay extra. I don't remember how much extra it was. I think it was like $30 something. I don't know. I never paid for that. But now it's just included. And I'm in the 1 gig plan because they also changed the names of it. So I'm in the 1 gig plan. Then there's also a 2 gig plan. And the 1 gig, basically just 1 gig download speed. It's 100 megabit upload. I don't know why they still have unbalanced. I don't remember if they said what the upload speed of the 2 gig plan was, but 2 gig, obviously, if 1 gig is 1 gig down, 2 gig is 2 gig down. And I don't know if there was unlimited data on these slower plans than the 1 gig. It's possible there's unlimited data, but I'm not entirely sure. If there's no more cost for unlimited data, then that's a good improvement. That's a step in the correct direction. That is actually something that proves that that having a data cap was a scam all along, even though ISPs kind of proved that during the initial COVID stuff. But because a lot of them were like, okay, we're not going to have data caps for a while, and they just removed the data caps. Like, oh, flip the switch, everyone gets free unlimited data. But like, come on.
And especially
I know
since
that you are worried
can't even
about your security about this one, sir.
And it's more than that, too. Like, it's redundant. It's ridiculously stupid that you can't access something that doesn't require an internet connection, but you're making it require an internet connection. Like, what's the point of that?
Yeah, and he keeps just getting stuck on the security issue. It's far more than just security. It's usability. All right? And security is a big problem, and it is revealing how much of a big problem it is later on when he suggests something else for me to do. Although it still also would not have, well, maybe it would have worked because I'd be connecting through my own internet and stuff. I don't know. It would depend on whether or not a signal would actually get through. I'll explain when we get to that point. But that security issue is a much bigger issue with what he suggests later on, and does prove my point that it is a problem with security. But it is more than just a security issue. It's a complete serviceability, usability issue where you can't do any port forwarding either. You can't do anything with the gateway without that fucking app. And if you don't have Wi-Fi connection, you're screwed anyways. You can't connect, and it's just an issue.
For this one, sir, with the Xfinity app, I don't, maybe I didn't mention this earlier to you, but on your Xfinity app, sir, if you have or your mother has an Xfinity app, she can or you can access this application and do troubleshooting there without enabling the admin to sir. You can use her account to your phone, sir, and then
phone does not connect with Ethernet.
Her Wi-Fi through your phone, sir. You can use your phone, sir.
No.
You can use your phone using her account and then troubleshoot her internet, sir, using your phone.
We have different accounts.
You can also do that, sir.
You hear what he's saying? This is where the security issue is a big problem. A massive fucking problem. He's saying that I could get into her account with my phone, even though my phone is not associated with her account. We have different accounts. My phone is associated with my own account. We have different internet accounts. We pay our own separate bills. But he's saying that I can control her gateway with my phone, even though my phone is not associated with her account, which means that technically anyone in the world could find a way to get in and adjust the stuff on her gateway, on anyone's gateway in Comcast. They could technically find a way into anyone's account with their own phone using the Xfinity app or any other program that figures out a way to connect in a similar method, figuring out a backdoor in. Even though it's not associated, there's that open door there. It's ready and available. Like, yeah, he says, oh, well, no, you have to get permission and all that. Like, yeah, that doesn't matter. If there's a way to bypass that, people are going to find out a way to bypass it. And the fact that back door is open at all, that is a massive security risk.
Yes, sir. If he can provide her account to you, you can do troubleshooting that, sir, using the Xfinity app.
And that just proves my point about the security.
Enabling the...
That makes it far less secure. You just proved my point.
As long as your mother is approved, sir.
No, you don't understand. The fact that it's accessible to any other person, if they have the account information, if they are able to log into it from anywhere in the world, it makes it less secure than saying it requires an on-site location with an actual Ethernet cable. And you eliminated...
For that one, sir, they cannot access that one, sir, without sending an OTP, sir.
So he still doesn't seem to understand the fact that it's there at all. Like he later sort of agrees with me though. We'll get to that. But the fact that it's there at all, the fact that it's a door that's open, it's ready, available to be taken advantage of, that is something that could be abused. It could be cracked. It could be used for malicious purposes. It's something that it should not exist. Connect to your gateway anywhere around the world with your phone. Adjust some settings. Open it up. Reduce the security. Make your system open and available, ready for some hacker to get in. To possibly force some malware onto the system. Right? That's a big issue.
They will, when you try to access that one, sir, with using another device, they will ask to send an OTP directly to the phone number associated to the account. So you still need to contact your number, sir, to know the OTP.
Yeah, you
so that
just
they
said.
Can fully access the account, sir.
You just said that I could access her account, her gateway, her stuff with the Xfinity app with my phone. See. So
yes, sir, correct. But
so if other people's phones,
to ask for permission also.
Yeah, but if phones that are not associated with that account are capable, it doesn't matter what's required, what's in the way, what roadblocks there are that are required in order to make it function. If it's available as an ability to do that, it makes it less secure by default, because it then means there is the potential for people to start poking and prodding and try and figure out ways to get back doors into it, to try and connect to people's accounts, to then install potentially some sort of malware on the gateway, which can then spy on every piece of data that runs through that gateway.
And this is another spot that I need to boost. I don't know what's going on with this audio, so let's go and add another compressor here. And listen to what that says. Still not sure what that is. It's possible he was cutting out again and trying to say something, but I don't know. It kind of seems like it adjusted the tone of his voice, so I don't know if it was another person in the background or if it was actually him and he was cutting out.
Yeah, I totally understand with your concern about that one, sir.
But even beyond the security issue, it still goes right back to that what I said before, where couldn't connect to it with Wi-Fi because the issue, it required maintenance, the troubleshooting steps. So that would have been useless to begin with. It had to be an Ethernet connection.
So it is possible, I didn't think of it during the call, it is possible maybe if I connected with Wi-Fi through my system and I went over the internet from here at my apartment over to my mom's, then maybe I would have been able to connect that way, but I'm not sure. There's the possibility, but at the same time, it's uncertain.
But because you guys stupidly eliminated the Ethernet connection ability, it wasn't something that could be done. And that Ethernet connection ability needs to be restored. That is the most secure method. The Wi-Fi app, whatever the Xfinity app, is not secure at all. It won't work in some cases because it's not direct connection. And no, I mean, it's not even on the Comcast account. You can't find devices list there anymore because the site was updated. They removed the devices list. I went through that with the person before adjusting my internet package back just at the end of last month. And because I can't see what devices are connected without the app, it's a problem. I can't adjust. I can't change password. I can't do anything at all. And I will not get that app. So there needs to be another option. It needs to have the original 10.0.0.1 address restored for people on an Ethernet connection. It is inexcusable that that was removed. There is absolutely no logical reason for that to have been removed.
Yeah, I totally understand that this is a very big problem to sir that they removed this function, and also you're concerned about your security regarding the application, sir. I know that is hard to trust any application on this day because of the advanced technology that we are using right now.
Especially now with AI running rampant with no regulation, and people are refusing to actually do any regulation with it, and it's going to get even worse and worse and worse as time goes by.
But let me try to think again, sir, and see what I can do about this problem, okay?
Okay.
Let me see if there are any other department who can assist you regarding to your security problem. But as I said, I cannot do anything yet about the admin tool update that they made because that is just from last year. Maybe we can persuade Comcast about this one to restore the old function of the admin tool. But let me try to ask someone here on my end about someone who also have an higher app to check what we can do about your security problem about this one, sir, okay?
Okay.
So hold on for a moment, sir. I will be going also to provide all the information that you have given to me to let them know about your concern, okay?
Okay.
Okay, hold on for a moment, sir. Hello, so Sean.
Yeah.
Okay. About this, for your concern, sir, I have talked this one to my support and also to one of my supervisor here. They said that you can. The only option that we got here regarding to this one is we can first try the application first to access the admin tool and then try to uninstall it again once we have already enabled that. And regarding to getting back the function of the separation of the admin tool in the application, sir, since you have concern downloading the application, we will be going to what do you call this one? Like raised it to our heads to put a concern about that issue, sir.
I'm not installing the
Like
app,
I
no
have.
matter what. If I was to install the app, I
Okay.
would need to log in with two accounts. One, I would need to log in with something on my phone to use whatever garbage app store there is.
And just to make a little note. I have had to actually log in to stuff on my phone before, but I logged out and I erased that information as much as I could. And the reason I had to log in for it was because, I needed a fucking stopwatch because of my sleep disorder. I gotta track my time. I need a backup in case my iPod Touch dies because that's at the maximum fucking time limit. It's not at the maximum lap count yet, but I gotta make sure I find some alternative I can use that will work equally as well or better, because I gotta make sure I know when to eat dinner and when to go to bed and all that, because I can't just look at a clock and be like, okay, it's time to eat dinner now, or okay, it's time to go to bed now. My sleep doesn't work like that. It's far more complicated because I wake up at random times each day, generally wake up about an average of about 2.5 hours later each day. So it's far more complicated for me. But there's just stuff on the phone where it's like, okay, you need a fucking account in order to download stuff, even if it's free, which doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why do you need a goddamn account for downloading stuff? So for like Google Play Store, you need a fucking Google account. For Samsung Store, you need a fucking Samsung account. Like, why the hell are accounts needed for everything? Why can't you just download shit for fucking free? Without a goddamn account, if it's fucking free. So yeah, it's still annoying. So I don't have anything on my phone logged into an account right now. So if someone did somehow get a hold of my phone, they wouldn't be able to do anything unless they actually had the technical ability to somehow recover that data. If it somehow wasn't actually fully removed from the fucking phone and it somehow stayed in a way that I can't remove it or whatever. Whatever.
2 would need to be my Comcast account in order to actually log into the thing. So it would be a double issue. But more than that, I'm just not going to get that at all because it needs to be default to being enabled. And that's what I want done, is I want it reverted so everyone has it enabled by default unless they go into their account or into that garbage app and they deliberately disable it themselves.
This gets into one of those issues where a lot of stuff these days is opt out by default. This one, it's opt in by choice in a way that's backwards and wrong. This one should be an opt in by default. Or I mean, a lot of stuff is opt in by default. I mean, whatever, like you're forced into stuff instead of forced out of it. This is something where it's like, okay, you're opt out of the 10.0.0.1 admin tool by default. Like that's disabled by default now, even though that should be enabled by default because it's the safer method. It's the better, more efficient. It's the easier method. In some reason, you have to download an app to go in and do stuff. But some reason, like, I don't know what it is. People just keep trying to force shit down your throat. And it's like, okay, we're forcing this on you. If you don't want it, if we give you the option to not want it, well, then you have to go and disable it a different way. Otherwise, if we don't give you the option, well, fuck you. You have to take it. You aren't allowed to say no. And that's something that needs to change. It needs to be fucking illegal to do shit like that. And with how corrupt the government is, I don't see that ever happening. People need to start complaining about shit. People need to actually start standing up and saying to stop. You need to make voices heard. Shit needs to change. Things need to improve. And some reason, like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, people just don't care. The people in the government are fucking sociopaths and psychopaths. They don't give a shit. Probably very few of them, maybe only so little you can probably count them on one fucking hand, who actually care.
Okay. How about this one, sir? I know it's not a good suggestion, but we can try to change your modem from the new one to the old one, but I think the old one is not
The old one is
compatible
what
with
my
your
mom
internet
has.
speed right now.
The old one is what my mom has. It also doesn't have the admin tool access.
Just repeating myself there. I mentioned that earlier on, where I told him, like, yeah, it also doesn't work on there either. It used to, now it doesn't. It's just a customer wide thing they changed. It's disabled by default.
Yeah, elemental access. Okay. Yeah, because that is the thing that he said to me about everything that I talk here. We talk about here regarding to that issue, sir. That is the only suggestion that they can provide right now, since they don't know that. They just know this one also, sir, that they have been removed the admin tool separately and merge it to the application instead.
Also, a quick little note. The reason why I actually upgraded the gateway I'm using now is because they lied to me and said, oh, you'll get the full speeds for your internet if you upgrade your gateway, because the gateway you're using now, it doesn't support the full speed of what you're getting back before I updated the internet package I have now. Whenever that was, like 2 or 3 years ago, or whenever the hell I got the current version of the gateway I'm using now. They lied and said, oh, you'll get the full speed once you get this new gateway. And it's like, yeah, well, that didn't happen. You lied. Because I was also around when they boosted my upload speed from 50 megabit per second up to 100 megabit per second. And I just wasn't getting the full 100, and it ended up just being that I was right. I was like, I get if it's just gonna take time before I finally get that speed. I was like, no, you got to get the new gateway. Okay, so I got the new gateway. I don't mind the new gateway. The previous gateway was actually kind of loud. I don't know why. It was loud when my mom's is quiet. So the gateway I was using was actually annoying as fuck. So I don't mind that I had to get the upgrade. But yeah, it was stupid. It was another time where they lied to me, or they didn't know what the fuck was going on, and so technically still lied to me instead of saying that we aren't sure what's going on. Just be honest, god damn it. If you don't know, I can wait to figure out what the hell's going on. All right, god damn, it's not hard.
So right now, we will try to get this one informed with higher ups, including this admin tool, and also for the application security concern, sir. So yeah, that is the only option that we got for the meantime, sir, to install the app. Or if since you all mentioned that you will not install the application, how about try visiting the Xfinity store, sir, if they have other option there also to provide to you about this admin tool access.
So this, I'm pretty sure, was just talking about the site, which I mentioned. The person I spoke to on the 28th, also, they didn't realize the site was updated either. When I was speaking to them, they were still looking at the instructions for the previous version of the site. So the site was only recently updated to remove the devices list and a lot of the other functionality it had. The layout was completely changed. So I was speaking to them. They were struggling to figure out what the fuck was going on. They had to go and ask someone. It was like, oh, I see. It was recently changed. So yeah, this is no longer available. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy is referring to that, and he also doesn't realize that this site was updated to remove those controls, because you used to, on the site, you used to be able to do stuff to the gateway from there as well. You didn't have to use the admin tool. You were able to actually go into your account, change passwords, and change stuff in there. Now you can't. At least nowhere I could find you can't.
You can't even check devices on the site anymore. So there's...
Yeah, I totally
Yeah, there's literally
Go ahead,
no
sir.
way without that garbage app. And that needs to be changed.
Yeah. Yeah, they totally needs to be changed because on that application they put everything on that single application, sir. I've been accessing, checking all the connected devices on that.
And this is actually where it seems like he's starting to agree with me, or he's trying to get me off the phone because it's going in circles and he's not really fully understanding. But gonna have to side with him actually starting to agree with me finally, where it's like, oh yeah, this is actually an issue. That really is problematic, isn't it? Because he said, yeah, like basically is agreeing. He said it's a problem.
Type of application. I know that you are conscious about your security. I totally understand. I am an IT also, sir. I know the risk of logging my detailed information to a suspicious application that I am not currently aware of.
And even
So
if,
yeah, I
if
totally
even if
understand
it's
you, sir.
familiar and you know it's safe, it doesn't matter if it's
Yeah,
familiar and safe because you're still then logged in on a mobile device that could somehow be lost or stolen or whatever. And even then, like
yeah,
something that sensitive, you do not want to have the ability to access it from anywhere in the world. Ignoring the
yeah,
fact that it requires permissions or whatever. There's always ways to get into stuff, backdoors, right? It just the
yeah,
availability
yeah,
of
yeah. I
it
totally
there
understand.
is the problem itself.
Yeah,
And like they need to stop focusing everything into this one stupid app.
So that also goes to the whole idea, like, okay, this piece of information exists so it can be obtained. But if that piece of information did not exist, it could never be obtained. It's kind of like that. So why, like, if there's a sensitive piece of information, just a little example here, to give a comparison to what I'm saying there. If some piece of information exists that you don't want people to know, then the problem isn't that people will be able to obtain it so much. The problem is that it exists at all. Because people wouldn't know it exists. They wouldn't know about it. They wouldn't be able to obtain it. There wouldn't be literally no way to obtain that piece of information if it did not exist. Right? So if you go and you write down your social security number or something on a piece of paper and you'd somehow lose that piece of paper, then the problem isn't so much as someone finding that piece of paper with their social security number as being the problem. Like, that is obviously a big fucking problem. You shouldn't be doing that. You're an idiot if you do. But that isn't the main problem. The main problem with that is that you were stupid enough to write your social security number down on a piece of paper at all to begin with. Like, that piece of paper with that number should not exist, right? So you got to look at the correct thing. So for this, the application shouldn't exist because it's creating the security risk. It shouldn't be there at all. It's not so much as, oh, it's a security risk, so I guess we should just fix the security risk, make it stronger. No, the problem is that it's there at all. That is there as a potential security risk, and it shouldn't be.
They need to start restoring stuff to
yeah.
the account on the site, make it so we can actually see what devices we have there. They need to restore the admin tool through Ethernet with the 10.0.0.1 address. That needs to be there by default. It needs to not be just the app. The app needs to be 100%
Yeah, I totally understand,
optional.
sir. Yeah, it shouldn't be like required. Since there are something same as us that has a securities for this one. So
Yeah. And even
I
if
don't
just
also
thinking,
install application that is not work
but
on me.
like even if just thinking from it as a financial perspective from Comcast's end, it's going to cost them more money in the future to keep not having the stuff on the account available, let people see devices there, making it so they can't connect with the admin tool with the 10.0.0.1 address. That's all going to be more expensive because they're going to have to deal with people in chat online. They're going to have to deal with them on phone calls, in text. They're going to have to deal with a lot more customer service issues. It's going to raise their prices, cause them to hemorrhage money because the people will not be able to do things that they need to do. They will not be able to view things that they need to view.
Credit more than 100 stuff and I'm on.
And this is another spot I got to boost the audio on real quick because I can't really hear what's going on. So let's go ahead and add a compressor.
Credit more than 100 stuff and I'm on.
I'm not sure that's the same person. It sounded like someone else. And it doesn't sound like it's just some cutting out issue. I think that's someone in the background that got picked up.
Credit more than 100 stuff and I'm on. Credit more than 100 stuff and I'm on. Credit more than 100 stuff and I'm on.
I'm not entirely sure. It sounds a little weird. And it's not just the recording either, unless the recording interfered with the phone call in some weird way. But that's also what it sounded like when I was on the call. So, yeah, I don't know. It's odd.
Credit more than 100 stuff and I'm on. Yeah, I totally understand what you're getting at, sir. So,
it's possible that was my voice going through as feedback and somehow getting messed up, though, I suppose.
Credit more than 100 stuff and I'm on.
But I'm not entirely sure. It sounds unusual, especially this last part. So I don't know.
Yeah, I totally understand what you're getting at, sir. So, for the meantime, sir, since your mother's internet has been functioning right now, we will just going to wait once our concern has been raised to the board regarding to your this admin tool access that has been merged to the application. I think we're just going to wait for them to be separated again, sir, about for the next update that they will doing, and I don't know when will that be, since we're just going to raise this one first to the higher up to negotiate regarding to this one, sir, and also for the security of the negotiate.
I think you said negotiate there. It's a little hard. I sort of thought it was a name, but at the same time, it sounded like a name. It didn't make sense for him to say a name. So I think he's saying negotiate.
Negotiate regarding to this one, sir. And also for the security of the application also to be updated so that it will be more secure than ever.
Well, it's not even just the security of the application. I mean, it's the security of the connectability in itself. It's a lot easier.
Connectivity in itself, yeah.
It's a lot easier. Like, there's a reason why the most secure systems in the world have no wireless connection. It's because then you have to be there on site in order to access it. The fact that you don't have to be on site, you don't have to be anywhere near the gateway, that's a problem.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes because there are some trying to fish information using wireless on this time our generation.
And especially since it's very simple for someone to figure out a backdoor that they can then install some sort of spyware into every customer's gateway.
Yeah, they're just going to send something.
Yeah, there has been at least, I remember at least one internet service provider, I don't remember who it was, who someone did find a backdoor in, and they were then getting into people's systems with that backdoor. And they were doing stuff through their gateways. So you guys are actually just opening yourselves up for a massive lawsuit by having this app. And it's not if it happens, it's when. It is always going to be a guarantee that it does happen. It is always a when it happens.
It is not fully secure. There is some that we
Like, no
can
matter
who
what the
can
programming is, there will
yeah,
always be a way around it. Always be someone who finds a way in.
yeah. I totally understand. One, sir. So yeah, sir. For the meantime, we just this is the only thing that we can do about this one for the admin tool. But no worries, sir. We were going to raise this one up to the higher ups to change the mind, restoring the admin tools with the using the old or new modem. Okay. Because this is a bot update, as if you are telling it to me, because if ever that's as you mentioned, admin tool can access without using the Wi-Fi, but the application still need Wi-Fi. So how can we troubleshoot if we don't have Wi-Fi cracked?
Yep.
So yeah, that is a bad update.
And there he agrees with me. So after all that, he's either trying to just finally push me off the phone, or he's actually being genuine and he is agreeing with me again. And I'm hoping he was truly agreeing with me. I'm hoping he's telling the truth. I'm not sure because it is still Comcast. Right? So you never know. It's possible he's lying his ass off. But I want to believe that he's telling the truth and that they really will look into it and get stuff fixed. But at the same time, I don't trust them. And that's part of the reason why I'm making this video about it. Over an hour long video now, when I could have been doing so many other things instead. Because I want the issue fixed. I want it dealt with. It's a massive problem. It needs to be dealt with. And I'm hoping that maybe someone will start sharing the video. Maybe people will get more attention to it. Maybe people will start demanding fixes, changes, improvements to it. But I have no idea. I'm some small voice. I'm some unknown on YouTube. No one gives a shit about my videos. The stuff I put up is because it gives me something to do for the most part. And like, the chances of this video doing a damn thing to help, slim to none. But there's still a chance. So who knows? Maybe something will happen. I doubt it, but we'll see.
So no worries, sir. We were going to raise this one up to our higher ups about your concern with the admin tool. I totally understand you for this one, sir.
Okay.
Since I am an INE also, I think graduate also, I also tried to do this on the back end, like accessing our things. So yeah, but in this time, I cannot do it here since my access is limited. But yeah, no worries, sir. I will be going to follow up that issue of yours regarding to this admin tool access.
All right.
Okay, sir. And I do apologize. They didn't tell you about this one, sir. Okay, they didn't send any message or notification about the update that they're doing.
And this, he forgot. It was a long ass call. At this point, it was over an hour. We're near the end here. There's only a couple or minutes or so left. But it was kind of at the start where it was like, yeah, they sent an email about it, but then the person in the chat lied about the email and all that. So I think he just forgot about that little point because this conversation was going on so damn long. So just forgive him for that little issue, that mistake. I mean,
and yeah, but no worries, sir. As I promised, I
they
will
did send
be
that
going
email.
to.
They did send the email, and then I contacted in the chat, and then the guy in the chat lied and all that. But yeah.
And this is what seems to have reminded him. I was like, oh yeah, that's true. You did mention that. Basically, type of a reaction he has here next.
Yeah, they didn't put like the ticket regarding Musun, but no worries, sir. I have personally took this one out to my supervisors, so they will be raising this concern on our next meeting to the board, sir.
Okay.
So that they will be going to address this one to the developers.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir. And regarding for this one, sir, before we end this call, is there anything else I can assist you with?
Nope, that's all.
Okay, thank you. And for this one, sir, just a quick recap. You called us because you're concerned about the admin tool that has been removed to your access and put it back, merged it to the application. So regarding to this one, sir, as I just said, we will going to raise this one to the board regarding to your concern so that it can be addressed. Okay.
Okay.
So and lastly, sir, as a quick favor that we going to ask you for this one, if ever that you will be receiving a notification, sir, about review. That will be all for me, sir, on how I assist you. This is not the concern of your experience on Comcast or Xfinity. That will be all about me on how I address your concern regarding to your concern about the admin tool and how I provide you the information regarding to this case, sir. And I hope that you will be going to provide me some good review for the event, sir. I will be going to appreciate that one, and I will going to pray that regarding to the admin tool, we're going to be successful to be going to separate that one, sir. And okay, I won't be taking your time for too long, sir. Thank you for your patience about this one. Again, sir, this is from Xfinity. Bye-bye for now, sir.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Welcome, sir. Bye-bye, sir.
And he said, this is from Xfinity. I cut out his name there. So, yeah, so in at least two ways, Comcast has at least improved a little. The phone customer service seems far better than it ever was before in the past. That's a great improvement. This guy at least seems like he was trying to help. The person I spoke to on the 28th seemed like they were trying to help. They actually were listening. They were being nice. They seemed like they were trying to understand, trying to listen, and spending a lot of time, not just shuffling me around person to person to person to person, people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That kind of shit is what was happening in the past. That's not happening now. That's good. That is a good direction to be moving in, to finally have a good talk with someone on the phone who's actually trying to do what they can to understand and get things resolved. The other issue of the past was that data cap. Unless they're lower tiers of internet packages still have the data cap, it's great that they're finally removed, that they aren't charging for unlimited data anymore. It's zero cost. It's not some contract or promotional thing. It's actually no cost for unlimited data now, which is great. It means they're removing the scam. So they are improving in some ways, but at the same time, they're also making things worse. And this is a very bad area to be made worse. To remove access to that admin tool, to open it to security vulnerabilities by allowing a phone to connect to your gateway from anywhere in the world. That is a problem. When that phone can then go and adjust stuff, even if access to the stuff is through your account, that's still a little less of an issue than if it's on a phone, but at the same time, like, not really, but like they're shoving all of it onto the phone and only the phone now. There's no access with Ethernet, and you can't check stuff, and their site is still shit and slow. It doesn't load. It automatically logs you out. There's a lot of problems they still have, and this is not a good sign. This just shows that I don't know, it's not really getting any better, because this kind of just nullifies the changes they did make to improve stuff in a way. Like, you take a step forward, but you immediately take a step back by fucking stuff up. So you're just staying in the same spot. So That's all. I hope something changes. I don't know if anyone's going to actually care about this video. I don't know if anyone even watched the whole thing or really any of it at all. I'll find out after I get it uploaded and wait a while to see what happens. But until then, I don't know. I hope they fix the issue because it was stupid. And this now has probably wasted 4 hours of my day, maybe 5 hours of my day dealing with all this shit. So, and that's before uploading it. So I don't know. I'll see you later. If anyone watched, thanks for watching, and bye for now. That's all.